Everybody's having a great week, and the weekend is coming, so I hope you have an even better weekend to come. If you are new to this channel, man, much appreciated. Do me a favor, though, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment in this video, please share the video, hit the notification bell. You will be notified when we drop videos. So look, we're gonna get right to it, man, because I was listening to this, and I got annoyed really fast. I just want to say this is to the women out there, to the single women who have went through similar issues as Gigi. I think Gigi is really her situation is like a one of a kind situation, but I do know that there's probably women out there who have went through somewhat similar things with some of their kids' father or just boyfriend, significant other, whatever the case is. But I just want to say this is a trigger warning interview. Right off the back, trigger warning. And to the real men out there, you're going to hear academics ask questions and pose questions and shape a narrative that's going to really piss you off. Trigger warning to you as a man myself who considers himself a good man, a really good man. I'm not a perfect man. I make mistakes. I'll be transparent as much as I can now. I'm about to be a newly single man soon. Me and my wife are going through a divorce as we speak, but it's not because of mistreatment of each other or one another. It's not that. I don't like to go into the personal. I don't think no one should go into the actual personal reasons of why you're going through a divorce with anybody or whatever your personal relationship stuff is. But I'll say this, a lot of it falls on my shoulders. She can speak for herself if she ever did want to speak out for herself. And I'm pretty sure she'll say that some of it fell on her, but it wasn't because of how we mistreated each other. You know what I mean? It was a little more deeper and clean cut than that, but we have nothing but love for each other, nothing but respect for each other. I don't want nothing but the best for her. And that's all she wants from me. We will always be best friends. So we're not even talking same ballpark as what's going on in this situation. But even with what I'm going through personally, there's no way I would react or perform the way that Loose Cannon has done with Gigi. I'm sorry, I was eating some pistachios, so it's getting on my nerve right now. But straight up, I just want to say, man, considering that I'm a free man and will be fully free real soon, any real women out there that are like Gigi, that really ride with their man when they with them, stand by their side, that's what I need in my life. Don't hesitate to now holler at me, because that's what I need in my life right there. I will say that was one of them things that I wish I just had a little bit more, but I'm pretty sure she could say the same things too. You know what I'm saying? But how she is riding for her man, supporting her man, and what his dreams is his ambitions, and she supported it 120%, didn't even blink an eye. That right there, that's a real good woman right there. That's a woman that's going to ride for her man. That's real support right there. And I just don't want women out there who are similar to that, as far as they will ride or die for their man and support their man. I don't want y'all to get lost in translation as to, like, you shouldn't do that because a man just gonna take advantage. No, if you meet a man that's taking advantage of you right off the bat and you got a good heart like that, then yes, you need to take an audible. But and do something different. Get away from that man. You know what I mean? But all men are not like that. All men are not going to take advantage of a really good woman like they did with Gigi. They really did a number on Gigi, and I'm disappointed in Academics in the way he posed his questions and the way in some of the questions that he asked and the way he was tailoring this interview right off the bat. What he said annoyed me. I don't want to talk to this Gigi girl. That really annoyed me. I hope my mic ain't tripping right now because it sounds like it is. I hope not. But anyway, so we gonna go because I'm 5 minutes in and I really want to get to this interview. Sit back, relax, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up and rocking with your boy from Stand On The Media. Salute to my Stand On The Media family out there. We gonna get to the content. Let's go.
Wack's trying to call in with this Gigi girl. Like, I really don't I really don't even care what she got to say, honestly. Like, I feel like I really don't care what she got to say.
Disrespectful.
Like, there's nothing she can add to the Luz story for me. It's like, all right, Luz is a liar. I think we've been hearing that for a while. Let me hear what she got to say. I feel like this Luz Cannon story gets so much airplay, right?
And we all know all that right there is just staged BS, right? But why say all that? Knowing what this girl has been through. But let's go.
Or maybe I feed into it too much. Who knows? Let's see.
Yo. Hello?
Hey, you have her on the phone?
Hold on. Right now, hold on. Bruh. Yo.
For the record, that's not my chair. That's his chair, not my chair.
Hey.
What's up, Ak?
Hey, this is Gigi, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Wack has told me a lot about you. I feel like I've seen you like in the algorithm so far, especially recently. You got to put me up to speed, right? Because I'm hearing a lot of. I'm hearing you were married to Luz Cannon or something of the sort.
I'm still currently married to Luz Cannon. I'm his legal wife.
So he got two wives.
He's not married to Sharice.
Does he have kids with both of you?
They're not married.
They have kids.
I'm sorry. He does have he does have a baby with her. She's his baby's mother. They have a child they just had together, and we also have a daughter together. He has 6 kids total.
Oh snap! He has 6 kids between y'all.
Yes. No. 6. He has 4 babies' mothers. He has 3 wives total. That he's been married 3 times. I'm the 3rd wife, and Sharice is the baby mama. He has 2 kids with his first wife, 2 kids with the second one, 1 with me, and 1 with Sharice.
All right, let me Google some stuff here. Okay, so all right, so explain to me, how did this all come about? Because if he was married to you, why did he all of a sudden get with her? Like, y'all broke up or something? Because you said you're still married.
Okay, so let's get the quick rundown.
Yeah.
So me and Luz Cannon been together since 2018.
Okay.
So Luz Cannon, he's been wanting to, be famous and, do music and stuff like that.
Okay.
So he wanted to be producer and start like making his own record label. So I came up with IBM, Integrity Before Money. So I got a logo created that for him. And then he started this thing called Cookout. It's the song he made. He paid $2,500 for a little press run. So he had pay some TikTokers to put it up, stuff like that. It didn't take. So then his manager, Rick Aaron, comes up with the idea, I guess, of putting Wack 100's face on Cookout and started to troll him to try to go viral. So they changed the album. They put Wack's head on the grill on the cover, and they start trolling him. Wack's not responding at this point. Wack's going on podcasts and I don't even know this fool. I'm not giving it no attention, yada, yada, yada. So then, at that point, Luz Cannon makes that video that, I don't know if you've seen it, the video of him talking about Wack and talking about you're scared, 6-0, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
So when they figure he's not biting or whatever.
Wait, so at this time you're with him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with him. We're together.
Wait, I'm looking at something. I think this is an old picture of him and you. I think so. He has Gigi tatted.
Are you on my YouTube?
I'm on streetgangs.com. I don't even know this was a website, but they got a lot of stuff about y'all on there. It said Tremaine Williams, many wives.
There you go. Yeah, that's Alex Alonso. So he was the first one that allowed me a platform when Loose Cannon and Sharice first went public and started making up fabricated stories about me and our child together.
Okay, and so the first thing I wanted to ask is, so is the motivation in this that you want your husband back or what?
Oh no. So so how it started is Cannon started going around denying our daughter. Started talking about she was born in the streets. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know the baby. Sharice started going around with him saying that he was only in the house with me with the baby because he felt sorry for the baby. So once they started smutting my daughter's name all over the internet, that's when I came forward.
Okay.
Because I wanted to clear my child's name. Now, children are off limits. I don't care what's going on between adults, but you don't bring children in it. My daughter's innocent. She has nothing to do with me leaving Loose Cannon. That me filing for divorce, she has nothing to do with it. So when they started doing that, that's when I came up and I started talking about the truth. Because they were lying about everything. But my main concern was them lying about my child. But then they started going on tours about, just making up a bunch of stories about Meek Mill and about Nipsey Hussle and Shawnee O'Neal. It was just spiraled out of control at that point. But I had came forward and was warning everybody.
So you know for a fact none of those things are true?
I was with him, of course. I was there. When Nipsey Hussle died, we lived together. On my YouTube, which is I Am Her Gia, I posted all the receipts. Literally, you can see it. I posted everything on there. So you can go see it. I've been dropping episodes with every single receipt, debunking every lie that they have told.
So we've heard that supposedly Loose Cannon is a pathological liar. So you're co-signing it, but you were with him though. Did he lie to you about everything?
No. So it's not. So yeah, he lied. He did lie. Now it's been on a whole different level because you have to understand. You know how somebody lies about little stuff like his age. He lies and says he's 35. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. He lied about going to college, having a degree, stuff like that. This is a whole new level. He's not just lying. He's fabricating stories. He owns 30 subways. He owns all these houses. He has 2 Rolls Royces. He's just making up stories. He's never done it to this extent. I don't know what snapped in his mind or if some mental illness has attacked his mind. I don't know, but this is on a whole nother level. Oh. He's never done it to this extent. This extent is crazy. But I'm assuming because he was given a platform, he connected with Wack. Wack is friends with Molly Mall, and they had Loose Cannon and Molly Mall had a situation. So Loose was trying to get in good with Wack 100 so he could help him, build his fame. He was given platforms to get on, and that's the reason why we're here. He was given a platform. That's the only reason why anybody even knows who he is.
Okay, so
did you know him before that?
No, I didn't know about him before.
I didn't. Bruh.
So
right.
Okay, so after he started denying your daughter, it feels like there's a little bit more retribution that you want to get accomplished, other than just clarifying that no, he is the father of your daughter. Feels like you want this guy. Well,
now it's just about the fact that Sharice keeps going with the narrative.
Not to mention, she's trying to clear her name. See, that was one of the statements that annoyed me, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Y'all wait and see. If you haven't listened to this yet, I'm telling you, trigger warning. She's trying to clear her name, sir. They ran around the internet for years, bashing her, saying she's crazy. They're not really married. She's obsessed. And they relentless with the content that they was running on her, disowning his baby, disowning her. So yeah, she wants to clear her name. I'm not mad at that. See, you can't start a war like this and then try to dictate how the person you started the war with reacts to it. You don't have no jurisdiction on that. You cannot dictate the rules of engagement. Not at this point. She's going to do what she needs to do to clear her name. And I ain't mad at it.
She keeps talking about my daughter. So it's continuous. It's not like it stopped. She just dropped a video not too long ago. Now admitting that they're not married, right? After they drugged me all over the internet, lying, making up all these false stories about me and my child. Now she's saying that they're not married, and now but she's still talking about my child, saying that I need to get a paternity test. We went through IVF.
Wait, why did you guys break up though? What was the reason of like, you know, you guys not being together anymore?
I had put up with a lot of things that I shouldn't have put up with. A lot of abuse. There was a lot of physical abuse and cheating. And, you know, when you take vows, I'm like, you know, I can't speak for him on his part, but I was serious with my vows, and I stayed a lot longer than I should have. I should have left the first time, you know, the abuse started. But I didn't, you know, I stayed, I put up with it, but you can only take so much. So the abuse had got really bad, and the cheating had got really bad. He had an affair with Black China during the pregnancy, and that's when I said, like, enough is enough. I've posted all the receipts on my channel too as well. We were just living in the house together because I had just had our daughter. I was recovering from a C-section, so I didn't want to take his daughter from him. So I still remained in the house with him, but was filing for the divorce. I told him I wanted a divorce. He didn't want the divorce. I told him, you know, we got to do this. I'm done. This is it. So when he met Sharice, we were not together. We were living together. We were still married, but I was in the process of filing a divorce.
So why hasn't a divorce been finalized?
Why hasn't it been finalized?
Are you waiting on the judge, or
well, because
he hasn't
he
signed?
just no. Well, so what happened is Tremaine, when he started denying the baby, I asked him to sign over his parental rights since he wanted nothing to do with the child. I'm okay accepting, you know, you don't want nothing to do with the baby. Cool, that's fine. I'm not into forcing a man to pay for a child that he wants nothing to do with. So I told him it's fine. I'll take full responsibility. Just sign over your rights. He didn't want to do that. So what I had to do, being that behind closed doors, he was still contacting me, communicating with me about about our daughter. He didn't want to sign over his rights. He didn't want to sign the divorce papers. So I just proceeded without him. The only reason why it's not finalized now is because I had to establish residency in Las Vegas because he was avoiding being served. So the divorce is filed in California. He was living in Las Vegas with Sharice. So I had to hire somebody to sit out there to try to find him when I filed to the judge to terminate his parental rights. So I actually went to a judge in Vegas, established residency there, and I got his rights terminated. So now I have those papers. The judge signed off on it. Now I have brought those back to California, told California, the divorce court, okay, his rights are terminated. I want to incorporate this into the divorce and finalize it. We had court just in March of this year. But he got picked up by the feds. He's in federal prison. So he moved from where he was when I served him. I didn't know where he was to serve him the papers that that our divorce judge said I have to serve him the papers now that I've incorporated the termination of parental rights, and he moved. So, but now he's in federal prison, so now he can be served the final packet.
Wait, so don't you feel bad that he's locked up? You know, I mean, he's still a father of your child, right? Like, you know, like, don't you feel like you're kind of kicking his back?
I mean, yeah, absolutely, of course. I mean, but again, he did it to himself. When you sell your soul for fame, money, clout, whatever, that's something you got to deal with God about. Nobody put a gun to Loose Cannon's head. Nobody forced him to get on these platforms and tell on himself or fabricate stories, or he drew the attention to himself. So you can't feel bad for somebody who wanted something so bad that he was willing to do any and everything, including sacrifice his own child. That's on him.
So what's your beef with okay, so you said Sharice just kept like going back and forth with you, or like
no, it's not going back and forth. She just keeps going on about anybody's gonna talk about you. I don't care if they talk about me. You can say she's crazy, she's a crazy ex. I'm cool with that. You know, there's an opinion. Opinions like assholes, everybody has one. No problem. It's the lying about me. It's the lying about my child is what I don't respect. So how Wack got involved is it kept going. I know Wack and Cannon were cool. I reached out to Wack. Okay, let's be clear. I reached out to him before I even came out anything with my platform to post the receipts or say anything to this degree. I reached out to Wack and I said, could you please talk to your friend and his woman and tell them to please stop speaking on me and my child with lies. I said, because if they continue to disrespect my child, I am going to expose them both about everything. Wack can confirm that. I sent him some receipts. I told him, look, please. And that was that. She didn't listen.
Why do you, so just kind of even watching this story, obviously I see people in the chat saying it is messy 100%.
100%.
Do you think that Wack is using your story to get back at Luce?
So let me explain this. And I don't know if Wack could show you whatever. Wack was actually we kind of got in a little confrontation because he was actually trying to go for bat for Ken when I originally hit him up about the receipts.
Okay.
So I can't speak for Wack. I don't know him. I've never met him a day in my life. That's the first conversation I ever had with him. And it wasn't even over the phone. That was actually through text messages.
Okay.
So I've never spoke to Wack. Like, I've never had a conversation. He can verify. I've never met this man a day in my life. I don't know anything about Wack. I just heard of his name, but I don't know him personally. I've never seen him before in person. I've never talked to him. I simply reached out to my, Loose Cannon's friend that I knew that they were together all the time. And I asked him, could he please give this message to Loose Cannon and Sharice? That was it.
Yeah, I'm wondering what else is going to come out. So Luce is locked up. There's content from behind bars thing. I don't know if that's going to turn out too favorably.
But why do you think he's doing that? What is your guys'? What do you think that he's locked up, right? He's in federal prison. His woman still calls, and they're still talking about the indictments, talking about this. So what do you think? Like, I don't see how people don't see the play by now.
I have no idea. The only thing I could think about is that maybe they think he's getting out soon and they want to keep his name in the algorithm, or they're getting paid from it. I have no idea.
Even you can't even think of a logical reason why that would be in your mind when you're literally facing a RICO charge.
Yeah, this is the very first time I've seen so many people talk during a RICO charge. I'm gonna be honest, but
thank you.
According to her, she says this is what makes him happy and he wants to do it, so she's obliging.
But as your if you really care about this man, though, why would you allow it? You're supposed to be for your man. If your man's gonna go jump off the cliff, are you gonna say, "Oh, he wants to go jump, so let him jump"? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, completely understand, and I agree with you. You don't seem to give a fuck about him either. So it's like, why?
I'm not with him. It's not my job to care. It's not my job to care about what he's doing now. That's her plate.
But wait a minute. It seems like you don't give a F about him. Are you not listening to her story? You could say that for them, right? Can't you say that for them? It seemed like Loose Cannon didn't give a F about her or the baby. So you really want her to give... Oh my God, bro. See, this is why everybody should not be in these positions. Straight up. I'm being honest. Because that shouldn't even been a statement made. If I'm being real. That should not have... You should not even said that to her. You really want her to give a damn, and I'm pretty sure, because us men are more geared to be more heartless than women, but I'm pretty sure somewhere down in her heart she do care. As where I would be looking like, for what? For what reason would you care? You know what I'm saying? Why would you? They didn't give a damn about you. He out here denying that y'all ever was a couple, was a thing, denying the baby, put you in jail, went on the stand again, and you. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm not here to get in their business. He's with her.
Yeah, but you are critical of what she's doing, though. So you're critical of what she's doing, but it's not like you care either way. It feels like it's just a way to.
Well, because that's his choice of who he chose to be with. So that's who he chose to be with. So I can't judge his choice. If that's who he chooses to be with, that's his business.
He probably
I don't get it. Their business.
He probably wanted to be with you, but you left him. So let me ask you, sir, was she supposed to stay around? A dude that continuously is lying about his life, cheating on her behind her back, in her face. Behind her back and in her face. And on top of that, whooping her ass. She was supposed to stay for that? For how long? How many years of her life should she had wasted wasting time with him? Getting her ass whipped, getting cheated on, stealing from her, doing dumb shit, getting the laws involved. How long was she supposed to stay, Act? Let's go.
Say that again?
He probably wanted to be with you, but you left his ass.
That's true, because I'm not going to sit there and participate. I'm not going to do what she does. I'm not going to allow my man to sit up there and make up fabricated stories, start snitching on people, and do. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, I'm not. Which is going to land him exactly where he is now. So why would I allow my man to throw himself off a cliff? So that don't make sense. I would never sit there and allow my man to do that.
What was the latest date that you guys were around each other?
Around each other, or communicated?
Well, pretty much like almost in a relationship or living together.
April 8th, 2022.
2022. Okay, so you would have been with him for the Meek Mill stuff. You're saying that's cap, right?
Cap, all lies.
Okay.
He's never wrote for Drake. He doesn't have a song with Drake. The Nipsey Hussle thing is a lie. He didn't have any type of relationship with Nipsey Hussle from 2018 to 2022. What else? Was he lie about? He doesn't have 2 Rolls Royces. He doesn't have 30 Subways. He doesn't even have a bank account. He owes like $300,000 in child support.
Was he lying about? Was he lying about robbing people for Big U?
I don't know. Now, let me clear that up. He's saying he robbed people for Big U. Obviously, if he's had conversations that I'm not privy to with Big U, I can't speak on that. But when I've seen him, the plays that Cannon have done, Big U was not involved in those plays, including the weed dispensary play. Like I said, he was at the weed dispensary before the robbery even happened. He was taking money and weed from the dispensary way before then. I can only vouch for what I've seen. What happened anytime, like when I was not around, I don't know.
Wait, so you're saying he was extorting them before?
Correct. Well, obviously, I wasn't aware that it was extortion. Dale came out and said that. When I seen them two together, Dale was he was acting like they were business partners. So it wasn't extortion to me at the time, because like I said, Dale didn't say, "Hey, I'm working with the feds and you're taking the money and you're threatening me to take it." I wasn't aware of that part.
If the and this is what happens with this content game, and this is why, like, I've even said it to Wack. I'm like, you see, I've seen Loose Cannon one time. I can't say I've been around him or he's told me personally about anything that I'll be the only one privy to. You were or you are his wife. If you were dating him during this time that he was allegedly robbing weed dispensaries, if the cops or the feds said, "Hey, listen, we want you as a witness to tell us what you know," would you cooperate against your husband?
Yes.
Damn, that's some deep hate. Holy shit. Wait, why? I ain't gonna lie. That threw me.
So
what?
Let me tell you why. Loose Cannon implicated me in one of his robberies and tried to get me locked up. Him and Sharice went to the police.
Wait, hold on. Uh-huh. You got to slow it down. Walk me through this, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I never expected to hear this shit. Hold on. How? Wait. How we?
So if you go look up, go on Google, type in 7756 Kingdom Drive, robbery, home invasion robbery. It'll pull up on Google. You'll see it.
7 what?
7756 Kingdom Drive, Riverside, California. Robbery. Go ahead and pull that up.
In 2022. By the way, just has the feds talked to you yet or no?
Which one? You're talking about for that robbery or for this current indictment?
I mean, either one.
I've talked to investigators many times dealing with Cannon, so a lot of investigators have talked to me.
Were you forthcoming with them? I'm just wondering if you're about to say something on the stream.
I had nothing to do with the robbery. I have nothing to do with that home invasion robbery. I was cleared of that.
No, we're not talking about you particularly, but it seems like these things have something to do with him. Were you forthcoming with the police? Because I'm trying to figure out if
Of
you're about to
course,
say
I was
something.
in.
Okay.
Of course, of
Okay,
course.
okay.
I didn't know. Like I said, I wasn't. I didn't know at the time. I didn't know. I didn't know anything about the robbery. I found out after, when I was brought into the investigation. When I went to the house, when the police called my mother and said I need to come to the house because the house because people were robbed. It wasn't just the house. There was people in the house that got robbed. If you read the, what happened, it'll say it in there. People were robbed at gunpoint for the jewelry, cash, blah blah blah. So when I got to the house and the police are telling me what's going on, I didn't know at that time there was a current investigation and there was multiple robberies in the neighborhood. I had no clue. So when Luce Cannon and Sharice, when after that happened, when our same house got vandalized and robbed again, Luce Cannon and Sharice went to the police station and told the police I did it.
Really?
So then I got dragged into the investigation.
Okay, so let me read a little bit of this article. Riverside authorities are investigating a home invasion in which a group forced their way into a house and assaulted a resident early morning. It was at 3:40, and they're saying that they assaulted the victim inside before leaving with stolen items. Huh.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And so they believe.
So once I had no choice but to cooperate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to jail for something I had nothing to do with.
So the police only talked to you after Luce Cannon and them blamed you?
Correct.
Why did they just come to you?
Because I was implicated in it. I don't know who else they talked to. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know who else they talked to.
No, I mean, why'd they go to Luce Cannon? Like, was he driving like your car or like why did they?
Oh, you have to ask Luce Cannon. I don't know why. Like I said, I don't know if he was privy to the investigation, if he was involved. I have no clue. Like I said, I got dragged in because of him and Sharice's statement that I was a part of the robbery. I don't know if he was working with that. I have no clue because, again, I wasn't involved.
So wait.
So I don't know what his reason for was bringing my name up. I have no clue.
So you're basically saying, do you think Luce was telling?
You'd have to talk to an investigator. I can give you the detective's name that called me. Now, was Luce working with him? I have no clue because I was a suspect like whatever other suspects they had. So they weren't going to tell me who was snitching. I was being snitched on. They just told me that Luce Cannon and Sharice made a police report that I robbed the house and that there was already an investigation for the robbery you're looking at on Google. So they were asking me questions about the robbery, the robbery, after that first robbery that you're looking at. They asked me about that one and then other ones in the area of houses that got robbed to make sure that I didn't have anything to do with any of them.
Okay, interesting. So
now, did Luce Cannon know there was a current investigation? I don't know.
Wait, so did they talk to you about this current indictment or no?
Did who talk to me about this current indictment?
The feds or any authorities?
No comment.
So you might be in that trial testifying against him, huh?
Maybe.
Damn,
he testified against me in court.
When was this?
There's a lot of things people don't know about Luce Cannon. That's on paperwork. Cannon.
Never mind.
Luce and Sharice have done a lot of things, and they got a lot of people fooled out here. But like I said, because, obviously nobody's going to do their research, right? Nobody's going to go and start looking up paperwork and try to see, because, lies sound better than the truth. But they have both done a lot of damage, a lot of things behind closed doors. It's on paperwork. After that robbery, then Luce and Sharice went and Luce testified in court and filed a false restraining order against me, saying that I
think
went
that's snitching? Like in a street, I know you.
Of course.
Okay.
Absolutely. Anytime and the only reason why it's snitching is because you're what you say, you're a gangbanger, right? Isn't that the code for gangbanging? You don't snitch or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't live that life. I'm not a gangbanger, but I'm just going by what he claims his street code is, which he's been claiming forever since I've met him. So I'm saying that's your street code, right? I'm a civilian. I'm not a gangbanger. I'm not from the streets, but he is. Is that not against his code? Is that not what he's been saying? Like, oh, that's snitching, police stuff, blah, blah, blah.
That's kind of crazy.
So if you're saying that it's okay for him, why wouldn't it be okay for me?
Hey, a random legal fact here, and I'm wondering if this could help. But it seems like you say you would be down to testify because y'all are married. They can't really compel you to testify, right? Because you're legally.
They could not compel me. Correct. They couldn't force me to because of spousal privilege. They couldn't force me to.
But
I could waive it. I could waive it if I wanted to.
Oh, and you would definitely waive it to send that nigga down the road.
I didn't say definitely. I'm not 100%. So I don't know, but like I said, my whole thing was when I asked them to not speak on me. I don't know. At this point, like I said, it's just got to the point where he's done so much damage to our child, and Sharice continues to do it even though he's locked up. It's just continuous. You know, a mother's only going to take so much. You know, and I don't expect anybody to agree or whatever, but this is my child. She's innocent. And as a mother, I'm going to do any and everything to stick up for a child who can't speak for herself. I'm not about to allow her father or nobody drag her name all over the internet with lies.
How could this possibly get fixed or remediated? Does he got to send you a check? Does he just got to have his woman
absolutely
stop speaking
absolutely
on
not.
you? Like how could because I'm gonna be honest with you, like this is kind of it's kind of like you're raising your hand in class saying, yo, I will help y'all niggas make sure he never comes home.
Did you just not hear that that's exactly what they did to her? Are you not listening to her say that for 2 years they smeared her name, threw her in the dirt, didn't give a damn about her, him and his girl? He denounced the baby. He acted like he didn't want nothing to do with them. Wrote a police report against the girl, then testified against the girl. And you want her to have sympathy? And not to mention, Act, you don't even know him like that. You sitting here brown nosing, faking like you really care, but you really don't care. Are you listening to this sister's story? I'm just saying, I know he got to do his journalistic duty. I get all that. But some of the things he's saying is like, come on, bro. I don't even think they're appropriate to say or to insinuate or any of that. I think this queen need to do whatever she need to do to tell her story. Respectfully, dude did this to himself. It's never fun when the rabbit has the gun. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when she do it. See what I'm saying? What's good for that goose is damn good for that gander. They started all this. He started all this. All she doing is correcting the record and setting the record straight. And if she monetizes off of it, if she gets some fame, some clout, some subscribers off of it, who gives a damn? It's owed to her. Because I don't know I forgot how old the baby is, but that's unpaid child support. She been a one-man band raising that baby. Is people forgetting that? While Loose Cannon can run around spending thousands of dollars on BS and stealing thousands of dollars from people on BS to not even send any money to help her with the baby. Not giving a damn about that baby. And got a new baby out here with the other girl that he done left by herself because he locked up. Man, come on.
And you're married.
I mean, well, let's just wait. Let's just get this clear. Cannon told on himself. I didn't put him on no jumper, and I didn't tell him to tell on his crimes. So nobody can blame me for anything Loose Cannon did. Nobody can blame anybody for anything. Loose Cannon is 42 years old. He is 42. That's a grown man. He makes his own decisions. He chose to get on that platform and tell on his own self and was proud of the crimes he committed. And now you're mad at me because I'm co-signing saying he's telling the truth about that part? He told on his own self. He literally I can bring up 100 interviews where he sat up there proud and everybody was cheering him on when he was talking about his crimes. So now everybody wants to be like, oh my God, you don't lock him up. What, huh? Y'all was just cheering him on when he was talking about him. He was getting 1 million, all these views and all that. So why now when you told on yourself?
Are you?
I didn't put him on no jumper. I didn't put a gun to his head. I didn't tell him to go tell him himself. I wasn't sitting next to him.
Some would think that you're trying to build your platform by taking him down. What do you feel about that?
Build my platform?
Yeah.
By taking it, and how is that going to benefit me any?
Well, it would increase the size of your platform because now we know, like, Luce garnered a lot of attention right before he got locked up. He still is. Wack obviously helped establish his situation, but now since you are a direct representative of, like, you're his wife, you get to kind of take advantage of that and probably get more eyes and ears to, because I didn't know about you before now. So some might think that you're kicking his back in to build your thing up.
What would be the problem with that? They built their platform destroying and disowning this young lady, demeaning this young lady. Like, did you forget that they said she was crazy? 5150. She was psycho. They built their platform, made thousands of dollars off the content that they made, disrespecting this woman, putting down this woman, disowning this woman, laughing at this woman. So who cares? Look, man, the people who follow me, you rock with me. If you feel anything different than what I'm saying, I understand that. Some people, man, just have a weird way of looking at things. I don't. It's pretty simple for me. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. But what I do like about what this queen is doing it is how she's doing it. She's not out here trying to really down the man and down Sharice. You know, she really wouldn't speak to Sharice if Sharice wouldn't speak about her. Because her issue is with loose cannon. All she's been doing since she started was tell her truth. Now, I know the truth hurts, but she ain't wrong for telling it. And if her platform booms because of it, so be it. Because their platform boomed off the hate and lies and deceit that they built off the back of this woman, who all she wanted to do was support that brother. All she did was support that brother. She said it. He was a nobody before he met her. He said he wanted to rap. He came up with some plans. She put it together. Boom, put it together. Here's the name, IBM. Da, 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 da. So what it sounded like to me is she was supporting that man while that man was spitting on her, disrespecting her, putting his hands on her. Let's just be real. Like, man, listen, I know niggas is doing this shit. You know, they got to do it for the content. It's a certain style that they got to do it in, and certain wordings that they got to say because they don't want to tick off the conservative based people or the extreme based people. I don't give a damn about any of that. If you rock with me but you mad at what I'm saying now, unsubscribe. Don't rock with me. I don't give a damn. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. They disrespected that woman for years, made money off of her pain, laughed at her, clowned her, brought people in to disrespect her, all across the board. Now it's her turn. And she's doing her turn. She's doing it with class, though. Because all she's doing is telling her story. I'm going to say it straight up. Deal with it.
I'm absolutely building my thing up to tell the truth, to debunk every lie that he spoke about our child. Absolutely. And about me. Absolutely. I have every right to defend my name. If somebody is out here lying on you, making up fabricated stories, how am I wrong? Because I created first of all, let's be clear. Before I created my channel, I did Street TV. I did Tasha K. I went behind them, and whatever platform allowed me to not just even take my word for it, to actually do the research, to allow me to provide proof, to tell the truth, I did that. They kept going with it. So I realized, okay, if they're going to keep going on a tour, I'm going to build my own platform so the truth is out there. The internet is forever. Let's just be clear. The internet is forever. One day, God forbid, somebody at school pulls this up to throw it in my daughter's face, and she sees that her mother never said anything. So you just allowed them to just say all this stuff about me that's not true, and you never spoke up?
I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it on that, on the last words being from her and what she just said right there, because this is what it's really about. And I know this is what it's about for her, because that's exactly what it would be about for me. You don't want your baby growing up, going to school, to have kids clowning her or clowning him, saying, I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, boy, girl, your kid is going to school, and these kids and her friends, stranger kids, are running around saying, your daddy or your mother don't even care, don't even care enough to fight for you. Ain't saying nothing for you. They ain't backing you up. They ain't defending you. Throwing that shit all in your face. Your people is saying that about you. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it's really all about. That's that girl. That's that baby's mother. And obviously you could tell the mother really loves her baby, because she's willing to take this on at all costs. And I ain't mad at her. That's what she was supposed to do. That's exactly what she was supposed to do. So I commend that sister. I've listened to a lot of what she's already put out, and she's done it with class. She's done it with class. She's very educated, very articulate, down to earth. And I can tell she didn't want to have to do this. You can tell she did not want to have to do this. But when they push you, when a person or persons push you to that brink, this is what you get. Now she coming out swinging. They should have thought about this moment. See, they didn't think things out farther enough. They didn't think things out further enough. They didn't. Because if they did, we wouldn't be here today. They wouldn't have been running around disrespecting that queen, disowning her. Loose cannon would be in his child's life. He wouldn't have did what he did. He would have granted her that divorce. Still would have been in his baby's life. That shit made no sense to do it that way. 0 sense. And we all know by now Loose Cannon is an habitual liar. So just imagine being married to something like that. So I'm not mad at her for wanting to get out of that and save face and protect her baby at the same time. I ain't mad at it. Man, I wish her nothing but success. Many, many, many days of success. I hope that whatever platform or platforms she build, they are bigger than any of they platforms combined. I hope she do numbers that they can only dream of, because she deserves it. Because all I heard and all I've been hearing is that she did what any man would love and be proud to call a woman their wife is doing. Supporting, standing by her man, helping support her man, help build her man, help protect her man, stand by her man, defend her man, all of that. Ride or die. That's every man's dream. And like I said, side note, I'm free. I'm about to be super duper free. Any women that's out there like that, I won't loose cannon. I won't do the loose cannon on you. I'll tell you that straight up. Nah, but salute to Gigi. Salute to everybody's that's involved in this conversation. Salute to Akademiks in this channel, whatever. I ain't like the energy. I don't think, Wack. I know Wack is the one who forced that interview right there, because he has his own ulterior motive. But I'm not mad at her for going for hers. Go for yours, boo. Do what you do. Keep telling your story. You know what I'm saying? You got your own platform now. So when Wack turn his back on you, try to backstab you and do all that shit he normally do, you got your own platform to sustain that. And by then it ain't gonna work, because the true story is already out there. I don't know what just happened. Oh, that was crazy. I I hope y'all can still hear me. But anyway, if you're new to my channel, man, you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate you. Do me a favor, though. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment in this video. Please share the video. Hit that notification bell. You will be notified when we drop videos. Man, we'll catch y'all on the other side, man. I got to pump out as many videos as I can today because tomorrow I'll be shut down. So until then, salute to y'all, man. Peace. Thank you.